Good evening, everybody. We are back again. We were here yesterday on Saturday, and we're back again here tonight on Sunday. Uh, we had a great stream yesterday. We did the Crab Nebula, and we went ape on the Monkey Head Nebula. And let me tell you something. Uh, if you haven't visited our Facebook page, um, go there because we post the pictures all the time on Facebook. We need to start doing that with YouTube. We just started doing YouTube really big this year. We haven't really done it much before, but yeah, go there, and the pictures are absolutely out of this world. They are amazing. Um, Tonight, I was hoping it was going to be as good as seeing as yesterday, but unfortunately, I don't think it's as good as seeing as yesterday. There is, there isn't really any clouds. It's got like a little bit of haze in the air. I saw it tonight earlier, and I was hoping it would really clear up. I mean, it has, but not like it. I thought it was going to. Like yesterday was an amazing night to view. I actually did N42 last night. It was the best picture I ever took. Maybe I'll show it to you later in the feed. But I want to do M42 tonight. I hope. It's really an unbelievable object. It's one of the most famous. It's one of our favorites here. It's amazing. I was going to do the Jellyfish Nebula. It's in the same general area, and it looks super cool, but with this little bit of haze, it's a little bit less of a, it has a higher magnitude, so it's not as bright. And I went there before the stream, and I looked, and it just didn't, I don't think it's going to pan out for that tonight. But you know what? Looking back at what we posted, I think we tried to do the Flaming Star Nebula before, and it was bad out. And I think we tried it and we weren't able to do it. I've got Clyde pointed on it now, so maybe we'll try the Flaming Star Nebula. It's a big nebula. It's a magnitude 6, the 6.20 by the air masses tonight. It should be pretty good. Let's change our ticker. I always forget to do this. And we are this is an IC catalog number. This is an IC. This is 405. And this is the Flaming Star Nebula. All right. There we go. IC 405. There's our beautiful co-host. Making sure that we change the ticker. I know I'm terrible with the ticker, but it is nice to have it up there so everybody knows where we're at. Oh, and there's our co-host liking the stream. Awesome. So let's just go ahead and see. Now, we can see there's a lot of stars out here. If you can kind of see that, if you sit here long enough, they're kind of bouncing. Like sort of up and down. That's not the mount. That's turbulence and particles in the air that our scope is trying to see through. And that's what happens when it relates to the seeing isn't too good right now. But it should be good enough for this, and maybe it'll be good enough for M42. I don't know. Let's see. M42 super bright, but it's super detailed. So let's go ahead. We're at 47 gain. Let's go ahead and let's just get right into a trigger mode. We'll keep it at 20 seconds. That's a real sweet spot for Clyde. He likes taking pictures at 20 seconds, and we like pictures at 20 seconds because it's fast. Well, relatively fast for astronomy. So okay, let's just see what we got here. Hopefully it pans out and we can see really good. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't think it's as detailed as it probably should be. It's not as bad as the other night, but it is not great. As you can see on the histogram, yesterday night, our red RGB was a crystal crisp with the blue and the red, and we knew it was going to be amazing seeing. Tonight we're starting to get some of this ragged edges on our histogram on the red, and we know that the seeing is not quite as good as it should be, unfortunately. You know, and unfortunately, we're at the whims of Mother Nature here and the universe at Starlight Starbright Observatory. We can only do so much. You know, for the most part, though, where we're at, we get a lot of sky time. I know some of the gentlemen on the Mountain campsite and around, you know, they don't get a lot of sky time, depending on where you live. But we get an immense amount of sky time, and that's why we're able to do this at least a couple times a week. But let's take this. Let's take that RG. Let's take the black line right up to there. Let's just do a stack on this, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if it cleans up. Let's just go ahead and hit enable, and we'll do our stack. We got some weird. It's got like a weird line off of that. It's coming off here a little weird, and that is just remember, the bigger your scope, the bigger your problems with seeing through stuff, because we're magnified and we're gathering a lot of light and we're trying to see through those particles. The stars are beautiful, though. The stars are absolutely beautiful. There is a lot of, even though the seeing isn't that great right now, look at the amount of stars in this picture. This is absolutely crazy, all these stars. And like I've said before, this is just one little tiny section of sky. Well, it's not tiny relative. I mean, this is probably, I don't know how big it is. It's light years and light years across this object. But as far as us viewing, it is a very small section of the sky. And there's just an immense amount of stars. I love it. It's crazy. And just think, if you zoom in here a little bit, there's just stars upon stars back here. That is absolutely crazy. Let's see here. I think it's going to clean up a little bit. We're going to have to do a little bit of a, you know, when you don't have a lot of information in the picture and you're seeing is like this, you have to kind of pull that out with editing. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'll talk to you tomorrow for sure, and you can let me know if Facebook the streaming is a little bit better than the YouTube. Now I don't like to play favorites, but I know that Twitch has the best streaming. It really does. It's really set up for. It's there's a lot of gaming stuff and there's a lot of crazy stuff on Twitch, but there is a science and technology section of it, and that's where we are listed at, under the science and technology part. This is actually starting to clean up pretty good. This stack's starting to clean up pretty good. I think we'll have a pretty good picture here when we're done. I think it's going to be okay. It's not exactly what we want, but it'll be all right. Let's see, when we get around to about 10 on the output of our stack here, let's see, we are at 7 in and 6 out. So we like to get up to about 10 to get a good base, and then we're going to start our live high dynamic range to get this down just a little bit, see if we can lighten this up, see what we can do. I think it's going to be okay. It's not ideal, but you know what? We got to take what we can get here. You know, I did M42 last night offline, and I really tried to do some different high dynamic range, you know, ways of your flow chart of how you sort of do things. I sort of have like a flow, a workflow of how we do things. You know, we get in focus, we take our pictures and set our gain and our exposure, and then when we get into our editing, you know, it's usually a range, and then into our curve, and that's where we really do some of our editing right there. It's not a lot here. Um, but last night when I was taking the pictures for M42, M42 is very bright. It's an Orion. It's there's some amazing targets there. The famous Horsehead Nebula's in there. The Running Man, M42. It's crazy filled with stuff. Orion is like the best constellation ever. So what I did last night was, you know, M42, we don't even have to do a trigger mode. It's just video mode. And it stacks super quick. So I did some really low light stacks to try and preserve the core a little bit because it gets really big. And then I would do some LHDR. I would start pulling that white point down, and then when I thought I liked it enough, I took the white point and I moved it all the way over to the left hand side of the histogram box, right up to the RGB colors, and then I let it tick off for about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 different pictures, and it absolutely came out amazing. It preserved what I did in the core, but made the outside brighter and got some information in there, and we were able to edit that and did it in the GIMP. I don't like using the GIMP, but I had to do it in the GIMP, and it looks absolutely incredible. But we're gonna have to wait till we do it ourselves here. But yeah, let's see here. I think this is going pretty good. We're at 14. I'm blabbing here, so let's get down to, let's start doing our LHDR. Let's start taking this down, and while that's clicking down, we are going to read about IC 405, the Flaming Star Nebula. IC 405 is an emissions and reflection nebula. You know, reflection nebulas are not the same as some of these nebulas that we're looking at. We have an L-enhanced filter in, and it does it has a multitude of like filters in it. It's O3. I think there's a couple other bands in there, bands that limit light, and it really picks up the H regions in a nebulas. And a reflection nebula does not have any of those H regions in it. So a reflection nebula you don't do with a filter. You actually get it. A filter actually ruins a reflection nebula, and you can't really see anything. So this may be one of those images where you could do, if you were into astrography, you could do a bunch of images that were with your filter in, and then take your filter out, and then do a bunch of images, and you could stack them all together. That's way beyond what we want to do here for sure. It's just, that's a lot of work. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. IC 405, the Flaming Star Nebula, is about 1,500 light years away from Earth and 5 light years across. That is crazy. It's hard to believe that, you know, the terms we use here, we kind of use them nonchalantly. You know, yeah, this is 1,500 light years or 1,000 light years. We absolutely can't comprehend how far that is. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Let's see here. The best time to observe this is in the late fall or early winter, and that is where we are at right here in Arizona. It was a beautiful day out here, though. It was kind of cold in the morning. Towards the afternoon, it was t-shirt weather again. It was beautiful out. You know, beautiful co-host was out there putting Christmas lights up. Christmas lights, and Christmas is a big deal here at Starlight Starbright every year. It's crazy. All right. This is a very cool target. Let's see here. It's cleaning up pretty good. Let's bring our white points down a little bit more. We are at output of 21 frames, and we like to get about 32 frames to 36 frames, and I think that's when it's going to give us a good picture. But this is turning out okay. The mount's doing okay. It's not super good tonight. We're definitely going to have to switch to our my co-host was just out here earlier with me, and we were talking about a electronic focuser, which I think we really need out here, um, just for the streams and to try and keep the focus where it should be. And then I think we're going to need a guider, because it's just going to get rid of some of these long hot pixels in here, and I think it will hopefully help the mount do a little bit better. No mount is absolute. Now, we did that telescope, how to buy your telescope video, and there's no mount that you can buy that's absolute. All mounts have like their little idiosyncrasies. They all have their problems. They all have their little workarounds and people working on them, and most of them you kind of have to tinker with a little bit. We do here at Starlight Starbright. We have to tinker with our Los Mandy mount. Uh, I would rather not tinker with the mount. I just want it to work. But yeah, so that is something that we need to think about. This is turning out pretty good. I think once we edit this, this is going to be great. I think it's going to be good. We're at 26 frames. We're going to bring the white point down a little bit more. We're going to really try and like push that. We usually trying to stay just under 150, but we're going to go down just a little bit further tonight because of the way the seeing is. Just try and get a little bit more information in this picture before we edit it. It was funny, last night I was out here after the stream and I was doing M42, and you know, by the time I got done processing, I went to park the scope. We started to get flashover on dual of it again. So tonight, I just wanted to make sure the humidity's less here tonight. It's 74%, which is still a lot for Arizona, but I did put the dew shield on tonight just to make sure. And I also noticed that our collector plate is starting to get pretty dirty. You know, you hate to clean them because you don't want to touch anything, but I think we are going to get that corrector plate and either take it off or clean it. It's just getting a little dirty because it's super dusty and dirty out here in the desert. Everything gets covered with dust, even though I keep the a cover on the front of the scope, and then I cover the scope and the whole thing with a big sheet every time I'm done. It's just it's super windy out here a lot of the times, and that's one thing about the desert. There's a lot of dirt everywhere. All right, this is looking pretty good. We are at 31 frames. I think this is going to turn out pretty good. We've got some good detail in here. I think once we edit this, this is going to be really good. Look at these cool stars. I love it when they get these wisps off of them. The refractions and the spikes look really good. Don't forget, we have like 14 days or something, 13, 15 days for the telescope giveaway. Make sure you're checking out one of those streams, or this stream or a upcoming stream. I don't know how many there's going to be left, but there's plenty of past streams you can watch on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. You know, they all say, you know, let's go, secret code, and you're going to be able to get the secret code to enter that. All right, we are at 33 frames, and we've done a lot of LHDR on here. We're just going to let that stack go, and then we're taking our pictures. There we go. This is our picture. So let's switch over here to our live scene processing. And let's go to our range. Oh, we got a good range. Look at that. Better than what I thought. Okay. I think that's going to look pretty good. Wow, it looks pretty good already. Let's see here. No adapter Wiener filter, buddy. And we're just going to go right into our curve. And we're going to do what they call our Astro curve. Right here. Oh, yeah. Oh. That really made that pop out. Even for the seeing not being great tonight, it's good. This is a good picture. Let's add just a little bit of red. We don't want to kill it. Oh yeah. See, when you add that little bit of red, that makes these parts right through here like almost glow. And we're not going to add anything else in it. There's just not really enough information in there. Wow. It's not as crisp as it should be, but look at the amazing detail in this. Look at these dust lanes and stuff. This is amazing. The stars are good. The focus is good. We got some long elongation on our hot pixels, but that's okay. That's okay. This looks really good. I'm super pleased with that. There it is, everybody. IC 405, the Flaming Star Nebula, and we'll put that up on our website. Look over here. You see this right here? I believe, I'm not sure if this is part of that reflection nebula over here, but you can see how it has that green and bluish haze to it. That's what a reflection nebula looks like. It's very cool. All right. IC 405, the Flaming Star Nebula. I like it. I like it. It's not quite as exciting as last night, but it is exciting. It's always exciting to view these targets, even if they're not, even if the seeing isn't great. All right, we're going to stop our stack right there, and we'll put our histogram, our back point, and our white point back where they're supposed to be, and then we are going to stop our trigger mode and go back to video mode. Okay, there we go. Still looking pretty good. Yeah. All right. Now let's go over to Stellarium. See, it's 9:13. Let's see. We've been on here for about a half hour. Let's see here. We're right here. We're still kind of low in the sky. Not as well, not super low. But right here is M42. Look at all this amazing stuff coming up. Now, I just want to show you, there's the Christmas tree cluster, the Rosette Nebula, we have M42, the Running Man, Casper the Friendly Ghost, Reflection Nebula, we have the Witch's Head Nebula over there, and that's another Reflection Nebula, and then these clusters are down here. We're going to do a night of clusters. I know our co-host isn't super fond of them, but I like them. The Twinkling Comet cluster, let's see here. That's what we were going to do this, the Jellyfish Nebula. The thing's just not as good enough tonight to do that. And then also, coming up, now, we can't do it right now because it's going to be too late. It'll be like 1 a.m. I got to go to work tomorrow. I can't do that. But, you know, the galaxies are coming out. The Whirlpool Galaxy, I can't wait till we do that. The Bode's Galaxy is out right now. We're going to start doing some galaxies too. We can't give all the fun to the nebulas, but let's see what we can do here. Let's see here. Now right here's the Horsehead Nebula and some other nebulas, and then here's M42 right here. The Great Orion Nebula. All right, we're going to tell Clyde to go there. It's a little bit low, but I think it's so bright it's really not going to matter. I think I did it about 9:30, about 9:45 last night. So we're a little off. It may be a little bit higher, a little bit later, but let's just do it. Let's see what we can do. Let's see where Clyde goes. Oh, there's Clyde with his big dew shield on. All right, as long as he doesn't point into the roof. Oh, he didn't. We're gonna, oh, there it is. All right. Okay, there it is. This thing is absolutely amazing. Even though the seeing is, now, if we look, can you see that jumping up and down? If you look closely, it actually looks like it's waving back and forth. And that is the turbulence in the air. And if you go outside at night, and remember, if you have Stellarium on your phone, you can go out and look at great targets, right? But if you go out and the stars are twinkling a lot, the seeing, even though it's clear out, the seeing is not that good. And we've, you know, I was looking out there earlier, the stars are really twinkling, and that's what you see right here. Of course, they're not twinkling in this picture. They're actually, as the turbulence moves, so does the picture. And that's how you don't get a crystal clear picture, unfortunately. But this is amazing. This is, let's change our ticker here. I'm excited to do this. I couldn't wait to do this. Let's see here. This is M, and we're going to do Messier, because Messier is the correct and just M is the abbreviation. Let's see here. M42, and this is the Orion. There we go. All right. Oh. Let's see here. Oh, our co-host is giving me information here. So let's see. Oh, this is a great fact, right? A light year in miles is 6 trillion miles. Now, there's another number we can't comprehend in trillion. I know the government prints money in the trillions like crazy. They're crazy, but yeah. Wow, 6 trillion miles. That's crazy. Unbelievable. I'm sure our co-host Facebook, we have this old van and we're I cleaned it up today and we're just going to sell it. It's got a lot of miles on it. But you know what? It's a good running van, and it's going to make somebody a good work vehicle. And we've got it up for like next to nothing, and her Facebook has just been blowing up with people wanting to buy it. It's actually almost overwhelming for us. All right, let's get into this. M42, the Orion Nebula. I think right down here is the running. Right down here. See here. Hold on here. Here we go. Right down here is the Running Man Nebula. Let's see what we can do. Now we are in video mode right now. We're at like a little over half a second exposure. Let's see here. Let's take our gain down, not too much. Every night's different with this, and then that will take some of the grain out. Now see, if you go way up, this core right here is going to start to get too crazy. You see how that's super bright right there? That's super bright, right? So now if we were to come down, okay, do you start to see the stars in the core? You know, and as we come down further, you can really see the detail of the core. But unfortunately, to keep the core and to get the rest of the nebula, it takes a lot of work and a lot of stacking and a lot of time, and we just don't have that here. We want it right now, right? We like JC Wentworth. We want it right now. I think that's who it is, JC Wentworth. All right, let's see here. Let's zoom out. Okay, let's see here. Let's keep that right there. Let's see here. So right there looks really good, right? Oh, too much. I think that, see, to me, that looks pretty good right there, that core. Let's see here. We have, this is an easy stack, so let's just, we don't have much of a histogram down there, do we? I think if we turn the gamma down, no. All right, let's just do this. We're just going to leave it right there. Let's start stacking it and see what happens. It's going to stack really quick. All right, there's if the program doesn't like it, you'll see an input of a certain. So we have an input of 8, but we only have an output of 6. So it saw one picture and it goes, oh, I don't really like that picture. It doesn't stack up with the rest of them, and it tosses them. Boy, let's see here. Let's do this. Let's stack this up, and now we're going to do a little LHDR on here. Let's start moving this down. It stacks so quickly. What we don't want to happen is getting this core super overblown, because then it doesn't look good. But I'm going to see if I can replicate the same thing I did yesterday. So we're going to stack this down, and we don't care if we get tons and tons of pictures on here. Let's just start going down. We don't have to go down a whole lot. And this is going to try, because we're stacking on top of this. Hopefully it's going to keep our core. You know, this thing is huge. It comes all the way out to here in a big circle. Hopefully we're going to be able to do that with the seeing conditions tonight. I don't know. We're going to try it. All right, we're going to keep coming down. And we're going to see if this develops right in front of us. It should. Let's see here. Look at that. Already we're at 50 output frames. It's just clicking them right off. It's much faster than doing 20 seconds at a time. This, you know, you can see this with a small telescope at night. The Orion constellation is amazing. There's so much stuff in there, and it's all visible even with a small scope. Even with binoculars, you can see this. But you can't see the color. You can't see the color unless you have a camera, because our eyes just can't discern that. All right, we're going to come down a little bit more. We're keeping our core and we're keeping our stars right here. They look pretty good. So unfortunately, we're going to have a little bit of a blowout right here. Not big, just a little bit. This is an amazing nebula. See, we can actually start to see the Running Man Nebula start to come in right here. Right. I'm going to keep stacking down here. And then right here at the end, when I kind of like it, what I did last night is we're going to take this and we're going to drop it right here on top of the histogram. And it should really blow out the back side of this picture and keep the core. But if you let it on too long, it gets all weirded out in the middle. So we just have to kind of watch it. All right, a little bit more. We're starting to get a little bit brighter here. We got to watch. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We're going to try it. All right, let's see here. Now, let's drop this right down here. There we go. You see it brightening the outside of it, and the core staying where it's supposed to. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right, I'm going to take a picture right there. And then we're going to come back down here to our histogram, and we're going to move back up to here, and that's going to start stacking darks right on top of that again. It's just something I do. You know, there's really no way to do it like per se. You just got to kind of play around with this stuff. There's no definitive way to do it. It's whatever kind of works for you, and this kind of works for us. Look at that picture. Now let's see. Look at that Running Man Nebula come in. Now I have to say, I think our buddy Elon, this is like one of the it must be where the satellites, and we have Starlink because we love Elon. This must be one of the regions where the satellite goes through, because as I did it last night, the satellite lines are all in the same spot all the time. All right. So we're here, right here. Let's go to our range. Oh, let's do our live processing screen right here. Let's go to our range. Oh, we don't really have a range because our histogram was low. Let's go right to our curve. Let's see what kind of information we can pull out of this. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, look at that. Now this isn't quite as good as the one I did last night because the seeing was much better. Now see, look, as we pull that down, we can make the core bigger or smaller. Let's reset it. I don't know where we're at. Let's do this. All right. That's probably, I don't know if we can put a little red in it. No, I don't think so. There is a little blue in it though, I believe. Oh, that looks pretty good. I like that. I like that. That's pretty good. We're just going to click OK on that. Now, this is amazing. My co-host and I were going over pictures of when we did this. And we have some great pictures on our site of this. They don't look like this. We have learned so much in just a short amount of time that we've been doing this, that our pictures have pretty much become, instead of just this part right here, it's become this whole thing, and rather quickly. And this is amazing. This is really good. I love it. This is some good stuff. There it is. Wow, this is amazing. Now that I've done this, let's see here. Messier 42, the Orion Nebula is a diffuse nebula situated in the Milky Way. It's right on the belt of Orion. If you see the 3 stars in Orion, it looks like the Little Dipper. That is the belt of Orion, and this is what's in there. Let's see here. It is one of the brightest nebula and is visible to the naked eye in the night sky with an apparent magnitude of 4.0. It's crazy. It's super bright. Let's see here. Let's see what old NASA says. The nebula is only 1,500 light years away from us, making it the closest large star-forming region to Earth. Wow, that's crazy. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. All right, let's get back to our process. Let's go now. Let's see here. Oh, let's open it up in here. Now let's go back to here. All right, we're going to go to our folders, and these are all the pictures we've done right here in our astrography folder. Let's see here. We are at M42 Orion. Now, just for giggles, let's see here. November 6th of 21, and this was done in the GIMP. Let's see what it looks like. All right. So there's a highly processed picture that we did, and we really didn't know what we were doing. It still looks pretty good. Our core's kind of blown out there, and we don't have much in the nebula out here to see. Not bad, not bad. And then, of course, this is already looks much better, and it's not even a good night for seeing tonight. Let's see here. And then, let's see here. Where are we at here? Now, this is the one I did last night. Let's see here. Where? Oh, right here. 12/2/23. This is in Mountain Cam Sky, and I believe also in the GIMP. So there we go. Wow, look at that. This was last night. Look at the difference in seeing. I really didn't do anything different tonight than I did last night, but the seeing was much better last night. And look at the clarity in that from last night. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So that was last night, and then this is tonight. You can see it's not quite as bright, not quite as vivid, but wow, this is exciting. What an absolutely amazing target. Right down here is the Running Man, and this is M42 of the Great Orion Nebula. This is where it's at. Cool stuff. And this is what it's really looks like right here. And this isn't really processed a whole lot. When I put this in GIMP, it was already pretty close to this, and all we had to do in the GIMP was we raised our black level a little bit. We could do a little bit more in our range, and then just a little bit on the curve, and then that was it, and then we watermarked it. But wow, what an amazing, amazing target. I love it. Good stuff. And this is tonight's. Very close. Look at the detail in this. Even with the seeing not as good, the detail is just unbelievable. What an amazing, amazing target. Oh, we've been on here over a half hour, and I forgot. I forgot the secret code. But the secret code is Mars with a capital M. Mars. So get over there to our website, starlightstarbrightobservatory.com. This is super exciting for us to do. I can't wait till we click the draw button and somebody wins and we're able to send them that telescope. Or if they're local, we can deliver it or meet up, or it'll be super awesome. It would be cool if somebody local got it, but it really doesn't matter to us as long as somebody's getting it that watches our streams and maybe is thinking about trying a little bit of astronomy, and maybe they'll say, hey, you know, it's cool. It's really not for me. Maybe we'll let our kids try out, you know, you never know. Or they could be like us and go, oh my gosh, this is the best thing since apple pie. I don't know if it's that good, but it's the best thing ever. And we're gonna get into it here, and maybe fool around with this scope for a little while longer, and then you know, you buy a big enough scope like us, you can put a piggyback as your spotter scope. So yeah, very cool. Wow, look at this. Look at the refractions on these stars. It's beautiful out here. I wish the seeing was a little bit better, but I was super excited to do this target. This is absolutely amazing. All right. That was yesterday's picture. But this is the picture. We won't post the other picture. We're going to keep it and we'll put it on our website. But this is the picture we're going to post because this is what we did tonight. And we like to keep it real here at Starlight Starbright Observatory. We don't like the doctor stuff too much. Pretty much what you're seeing is a average of what you kind of expect when you're doing astronomy. You know, some nights are better than others. Some nights are terrible. You know, and then some nights are amazing like yesterday. But this is still an amazing target. I'm super happy. It says send stars to see your comment here. James, I have no idea what that is. I know that they all have like their little I think Twitch is bits, and then Facebook is stars, and YouTube, I don't know what they all are. That stuff, my son would know, but little Chuck would know because he's into all that stuff. He knows what all that stuff is. He actually set most of my streaming stuff up out here for us. But okay, wow, there it is. You know, this is another one we're going to do down here on another day. Maybe we'll do the Running Man Nebula, and then another amazing, exciting target is the Horsehead Nebula. But I think we might switch it up. I think the next stream we're going to do galaxies. I'm not sure. Maybe we can do Bodes or something like that. I know the Whirlpool Galaxy isn't out, but I think the Triangulum Galaxy is out. Let's do a galaxy stream. We'll take the filter out. We'll get it refocused, and Clyde will just, he'll be super happy to show us some galaxies. As long as the moon ain't out. But, you know, the moon doesn't come out now till about 10:30. And then it's up most of the day. You know, outside today, the moon was up. You can actually do a day stream with the moon, just to let you know. You can see the moon in the day with the telescope. But all right, very cool. Well, we did the Flaming Star Nebula, which is IC 405, and then we did M42, the Great Orion Nebula. Look at this. This is amazing. This is good stuff. I love it. I can't believe that's right here. All this stuff is out there. It's hard to believe. All this stuff is there. And as we go around Stellarium, there is just targets upon targets about cool stuff everywhere to see. We just have to try and narrow down the times we want to be on and try and get some of this amazing astronomy targets. They're just wonderful, and it makes us feel so insignificant in the universe. Um, this is like well, this is 1,500 light years away, and each light year is trillions, a trillion mile. Oh my god, this is crazy. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. So anyway, all right, everybody. Make sure you get over to our website to enter to win that telescope. It's going to be awesome. And then thank you for coming out tonight. It's 9:30. It's already past my bedtime. I'm getting old. And I got to get up tomorrow. It's going to be it's Monday. Unfortunately, I didn't win the Powerball this week, and my scratchers, I didn't even win whack when I spent on the scratchers. So we can't do this full time yet. So we're still part time there and full time at work. But thank you for coming out. This has been a pleasure showing you these targets. I'm excited to bring them to you, and it'll be great next time we're here. Hopefully the weather will be a little bit better. For seeing. So, all right, everybody. Thank you, and we'll be back again soon. Good night.